horseshoe kidney. Horseshoe kidney, magkadugtong siya. Papakita ko sa inyo yung next image niya. For agenesis, usually associated siya sa abnormality in female. So usually it is ipsilateral and compound hypertrophy of the opposite kidney is usually evident. Mas malaki yung kabila kapag nagkakaroon ng agenesis dahil nagkakaroon tayo ng compensation. And lastly, yung cross-fuse renal ectopia. So here's an image of a horseshoe kidney. So most common renal fusion anomaly. Okay? Most common renal fusion anomaly. So the lower poles of the kidneys are joined across the midline by a fibrous or parenchymal band. So ganito yung itsura niya. Para siyang horseshoe. So ito, bakit nasabi na horseshoe? Kasi dapat magkahiwalay itong parenchyma. Pero makikita nyo, para siyang namuo. So ito yung itsura ng image niya. So the renal pelvises are directed more anteriorly, and the lower pole calyx is directed medially. Right? Renal arteries are frequently multiple and ectopic in origin. So precursor kidney, malrotated siya. Mas mababa siya, located sa abdomen and prone to trauma. So also prone to infection and stones due to urinary stasis. So CT scan and X-ray. So sa labas nitong contrast na to, if you can see, meron tayong parang gray outline na nakikita. Papasok siya. Sobrang baba niya rin kasi. Ito yung isa sa mga indicators natin. Kidney mo dapat nandito mas mataas. Pero ito sobrang baba. Ano siyang nasa within the colon. So again, horseshoe kidney. So next for the renal agenesis. So compensatory hypertrophy. Okay, mas malaki siya. Yung nasa left, in comparison dito sa right na hindi natin makita. Wala na kasi agenesis, ibig sabihin hindi na siya nag-form. So, ang mangyayari, lalaki ito ng lalaki dahil siya na lang yung nag-work. So, CT scan image in coronal view. So, MRI image. So, ito, eggshell view. Nakikita natin yung right, pero yung left, hindi natin siya ma-recognize. So, congenital renal anomalies, cross-fused renal ectopia. Two kidneys are fused on the same side while their ureters insert normally into the bladder. So, same side sila. Okay? So, ayan o. Dapat 'di ba left and right, pero sila ipsilateral. Pero yung ureters nila, normally, nasa left and right pa rin. Yun pa rin matitrace. Okay, so ito yung congenital renal anomaly na cross-fused renal ectopia. So ano yung tatlo natin? Horseshoe kidney, renal agenesis, the renal ectopia. So again, image shown in X-ray. CT scan, 3D view, ganito yung itsura niya. Iba yung ureters niya, normally inserted left and right sa urinary bladder. Pero yung kidney, same side sila. Renal ectopia. So for the renal mass, most common renal mass is the simple cyst. Most common renal neoplasm is the RCC, or the renal cell carcinoma. Common mass, simple cyst, neoplasm, renal cell carcinoma. So for the renal cyst, mas maganda kasi ma-appreciate to. Although ito may mas daw dito sa radiograph, mas maganda siya ma-appreciate sa ultrasound. So for the renal cyst, it is found in greater than 50% of the population older than 55 years old. Small cysts are asymptomatic while large cysts may cause symptoms. So may be diagnosed through CT scan, MRI, and ultrasound. So for renal cyst, sa ultrasound, usually it is anechoic. So kung sinabi natin anechoic, sabihin dark siya or itim ang kulay niya with acoustic enhancement. So isipin nyo may bilog na itim, then meron parang pumuputi sa baba. Yun yung enhancement. Thin or imperceptible wall and sharply defined fair wall. So sa CT scan naman, it is sharply marginated homogeneous mass with imperceptible wall. So sa CT, ang code nyo dyan para malaman nyo na renal cyst siya is yung Hounsfield units. Since fluid siya, at least nasa -10 to +10 ang kanyang unit. So, di ba sabi ko, kanina sa ultrasound, anechoic siya. Itim siya. Dito naman, ang renal cyst, ganito yung kulay, pero since makikita mo yung border niya, jagged, gumamit ka ng Hounsfield unit. Yung Hounsfield unit, isa siyang tool sa CT scan program na pwede mong ma-assess yung measurement ng ah, kung fat ba siya, fluid ba siya. So, yung most common natin kanina, most common benign, di ba? Most common mass is the renal cyst. Most common neoplasm naman natin is renal cell carcinoma. So, accounts for 85% of renal neoplasm. So, most common in men, okay? So, nakuha siya sa age 50 to 70 years old. So, most tumors are solitary, some are multifocal. So, any solid mass should be considered a suspect for RCC or renal cell carcinoma. Hemorrhage and necrosis are common signs. So, most renal cell carcinomas are heterogeneous on T2-weighted imaging, reflecting areas of necrosis, hemorrhage, and hemosiderin. So, CT scan with and without contrast is the imaging of choice. Okay? So, sa CT scan, makakita tayo ng tumor enhancement. Ibig sabihin ng tumor enhancement, um, hindi nawawala yung contrast niya. For ultrasound naman, heterogeneous hypo o medyo kulay siya or mildly hyper. So, maputi echoic mass. So, Doppler may show thrombus in IVC and renal vein. So, kapag gumamit tayo ng Doppler, ibig sabihin yung blood flow, nakikita natin, mas ano siya, mas enhanced siya. Kasi ang Doppler, sinusukat niya yung blood flow, outgoing and ingoing blood flow. So, di ba kasi sa cancer, since mash siya, nag-angio angiogenesis, may nabubuong blood vessels dun mismo sa tumor, hence kumakabit siya sa organ, kaya nagkakaroon tayo ng signals or color flow sa Doppler. So here's the mass. So sabi dito, any solid, no? Magkaroon tayo ng solid mass, magkaroon tayo ng suspicion or suspicious for renal cell carcinoma. So, imaging methods for pelvic calyceal system, ureter, bladder, and urethra. So for urogram, imaging method of choice for evaluation of hematuria and screening examination of the pelvic calyceal system and ureter. So retrograde pyelography. Ureteral orifice is catheterized cystoscopically. So sa pyelograph daw, sa urethra pinapasok yung catheter para magkaroon tayo ng contrast. So method of visualization of the ureter and collecting system independent of the renal function. So ultrasound is the imaging method of choice for screening of hydronephrosis. So again, yung hydronephrosis, nagdadilate yung upper collecting system natin. For congenital anomalies under ureteral duplication, Weird may rule the complete ureteral duplication. The ureter draining the upper pole passes through the bladder wall to insert the medial and inferior. The normal placed ureter draining the lower pole. So, mapakita ko ngayon ng duplication. So the lower pole ureter inserts into in or near the normal location of the bladder trigon and is subject to vesiculo-ureteral reflux because of distortion of its passage. So through the bladder wall by the ectopic ureterocele. So ganito yung itsura. So yung kidney, parang nagkaroon tayo ng double ureter. So pupasok siya sa same side ng urinary bladder. So for complete duplication of the left ureter to. So CT or MR neurography commonly demonstrate poor function or non-functional of the obstructed upper pole system. So the lower pole system is displaced inferiorly and commonly shows a drooping lily appearance. So again, an image shown in X-ray view of a complete ureteral duplication. So incomplete duplication of the left ureter. Ito siya. So ito yung duplex ng dalawa, double. Ganito dapat yung normal itsura ng upper collecting system natin. Pero dito nag-duplicate siya. So ito yung anomaly. Nakita niyo naman, vision. Nephrolithiasis. So when we say nephrolithiasis, ibig sabihin, meron tayong stone sa kidney. So most common complaint is due to acute flank pain. Dahil sa obstruction of stone sa ureter. So naaral na natin kanina yung basic anatomy. So ngayon yung application. Usually yung stones makikita siya sa calyces ng kidney. Yung calyces ng kidney, ito siya. Okay? So pag nandito sa labas, hindi na siya stone. More likely siya ay calcification. So most common type of stone, about 40 to 60%, is the calcium oxalate. Okay? So for nephrolithiasis, a plain radiograph, 80% are radio-opaque. So again, yung most common yung calcium oxalate. Okay? Pag nakita niyo yung word na staghorn or stroke, ibig sabihin, ah parang urinal calyces na trace niya. So instead na yung stone natin is ganito lang kaliit, yung sa kanya, parang ina-outline niya yung calyces. Ganun siya kalaki. Yung struvite or yung staghorn. So cystine stones are mildly radiopaque. Uric acid and xanthine stones are radiolucent and therefore cannot be seen on radiographs. So kung paano ko siya aralin, yung most common, yung mild radiopaque, ano siya, yung hindi nakikita sa X-ray. So, para hindi kayo malito sa type of stones. So, difficult to localize the calcification to ureter and differentiation from calcifications through plain radiograph. So, sa plain radiograph, mahirap siya malocalize. Hindi mo kasi alam. Makikita mo siya. Pero yung localization na sinasabi is, saan ba siya? Sa gallbladder ba siya? Sa kidney ba siya? So, ayan. Yung stones natin, sa right. Ito, pwedeng ito, nandito na sa urinary bladder. Ito naman, nasa left kidney. So, ito yung staghorn calicula, yung struvite na sinasabi ko kanina. So, irregular calcific density in the paralumbar area having the configuration of the calyces. So, staghorn fern, coral. So, ito yung calculus mismo. So, okay pa kayo?
Yes po, Doc.
Well,
Yes, Doc.
okay. Lang ah. For ultrasound imaging, there is 24% sensitivity. For plain CT scan and CT stonogram, all stones are detected on CT scan greater than 200 Hounsfield units. Okay? 100 talaga dapat ang Hounsfield units. Yung Hounsfield units, paulit-ulit ko siyang sinasabi, di ba? Kasi yun yung detector natin mo. Kung ano ba siya, kung fluid, solid, or what, or fat. So, sa ultrasound mababa ang sensitivity, pero sa plain CT scan or CT stonogram, there's a 97% sensitivity. Okay? So, nephrolithiasis appears as a white dot on CT scan with soft tissue window setting. So, for ureterolithiasis naman, so pag nephrolithiasis, tandaan niyo yung stone or white dot makikita sa kidney. Pag sa ureterolithiasis naman, yung ureter mismo, makakita kayo ng white dot doon. So, pag tissue rim sign, tandaan nyo, a halo of soft tissue surrounding the calculus. So, ang itsura niya, kung kunwari ito yung stone, makikita kayo ng parang halo. Makikita kayo ng surrounding soft tissue. Ano ba kakaiba niya sa soft tissue na surround? Siya may border siya, nakapalibot talaga dito sa stone. Yun yung tissue rim sign. So, ibig sabihin na nagko-confirm lang na may tissue within the ureter. Excuse me for 1 minute lang. Okay. So, for multiple calculi in the renal pelvis, so there's the retrograde pyelogram. So, multiple feeling defects. So, makita nyo yung arrowhead sa right renal pelvis provides radiolucent calculi. So, kapag babasahin nyo to, for you to be able to understand it more, tingnan nyo muna yung head. Sabi dito, multiple calculi in the renal pelvis. So, by that, iisipin nyo, ano ba yung gusto nating malaman dyan? So, sa pyelogram, again, yung pyelogram, ginagamit siya para for detection of stones, stenosis, obstruction. So, katapos nung tignan yung heading na to, titignan yung pyelogram. So, feeling defects, dinidescribe dito na merong lucent, radiolucent or ibig sabihin maitim, no? Ibig sabihin nun, may defect siya dyan. Kasi dapat, yung buong contrast or dye, ma-fill out siya. Pero since may itim na nasa loob, ibig sabihin meron siyang feeling defect. So, contrast was injected into the renal pelvis via a catheter. Curved arrow naman, dito in-insert. Ito yung tube, oh. Yung stricture naman na tinutulong straight arrow is caused by stasis in the renal pelvis, promoting stone formation kasi hindi na makapass through. So, dahil nagkakaroon ng stasis, pwede magkaroon ng formation ng stone mismo. So, yun yung tatlo natin titignan sa multiple calculi sa renal pelvis. Doon sa pyelogram. Defect, okay? Tapos, kung saan yung site mo insertion. Lastly, yung stricture, which may cause stone formation. Hindi naman siya yung talagang main problem, pero siya yung parang nagkakaroon ng promoting or nagkakaroon ng hasty yung word mismo na parang mag-form ng stone. So, another image, kidney, KUB, an ultrasound for proximal ureterolithiasis. Pag sinabi natin proximal ureterolithiasis, ibig sabihin, yung stone is proximally located sa ureter. Kasi di ba meron tayong um, uretero-pelvic junction, uretero-vesical junction, tsaka yung pelvic brim. In between those constrictures, meron tayong proximal, medial, distal ureter. So, pag proximal ureter lithiasis, stone within the proximal ureter. Ayan siya. So, ito yung kidney. So, renal pelvis down to the ureter. So, proximally. Ayan siya. Hence, nagkakaroon tayo ng dilatation or hydronephrosis kasi hindi na makapass through yung water o yung ihi. Kaya, bumabalik siya dito. For cystolithiasis, so X-ray laminated calcific density in the pelvic area. So, ayan siya. Ultrasound movable echogenic fossa in the bladder. Para malaman natin na stone, meron tayong shadowing. Tapos kapag pinagilid-gilid natin siya, gumagalaw yung stone. Next is hydronephrosis. For hydronephrosis naman, dilatation ng upper urinary tract. So, pag nag-dilate siya, ayan siya, merong possibility na merong obstruction. So, again, yung uretero-pelvic junction, uretero-vesical, yung pelvic brim nandito. Okay? So, for vesicular ureteral reflux, it is a most common cause of hydronephrosis in children, prone to infection, and demonstrates by retrograde feeling of the ureters on voiding. So, pag umiihi, nagkakaroon tayo ng um, retrograde feeling. Yung voiding, ibig sabihin pag-ihi. Okay? So, hydronephrosis again. Ayan. So, meron tayong grading, grade 1, 2, 3, 4. Mas no lang naman to. Pag tinanong ko yun ng grading ng hydronephrosis, 4. So, ito, right kidney yung dilated. Ay, sorry, yung calyces undilated. Dito naman, bilaterally dilated ang calyces mo because of hydronephrosis. Pero hindi lahat stones meron din, i-check nyo. Baka naman kasi puno lang yung bladder. Iing-ihina. So, ultrasound is an excellent screening choice for modality for hydronephrosis. So, since the word hydronephrosis, ito yung fluid na to. Masyado siyang napuno. Ayan siya. Nagets niyo na kung ano yung hydronephrosis.
Yes po, Dok.
Okay? So, nephrolithiasis with hydronephrosis. So, combination from the word itself, nephrolithiasis, ibig sabihin may stone within the calyces ng kidney. So, dilatation of the calyces, yung echogenic stone o yung stone within the calyces. Then, meron tayong shadowing. It means na Ba't siya nagkakaroon ng shadowing? Kasi hindi makapass through yung sound waves sa ultrasound. So, ibig sabihin, nabablock dito, nabablock ng stone. Parang isipin niyo na lang yung stone, tapatan niyo ng flashlight. Diba? So, nagkakaroon siya ng shadowing. So, IVP showing left hydronephrosis and scan. Ayun siya. Oh. Medyo ang kulay niya, mas darker kasi ang naman ito ihi. So, fluid containing to. For CT, increasingly dense nephrogram, delay in appearance of contrast in the collecting system, and dilated pelvocalceal system up to the point of obstruction. So, transitional cell carcinoma accounts for 85 to 90% of uroepithelial tumor. So, it is the second most common primary renal malignancy. So, 85% have papillary growth pattern, which are exophytic, polypoid, and attached to the mucosa by a stalk. So, meron tayong stipple pattern of contrast. So, ito yung pattern niya. So, for non-papillary tumors, nodular or flat tends to be infiltrating and aggressive. Alam niyo lang yung characteristic niya na second most common, yung transitional cell carcinoma. Tapos, yung 85% daw sa kanila, ito yung characteristic. So, may stock. So, sa exam nyo, keywords lang. Keywords lang yung usually na code nyo para ma-identify yung sagot. So, for CT, so focal intraluminal mass, thickening of the wall and narrowing of the lumen of the ureter or collecting system. There's the mass infiltrating the renal sinus and renal parenchyma. So, 8 to 30 ounce field niya. For blood clots, greater than 40 to 80. For stones, greater than 200. So, ang CT used for staging by demonstrating extent of the tumor, invasion of kidneys or surrounding structures, lymphadenopathy, and distant metastasis. For ultrasound, there's a discrete slightly hypo or hyperechoic mass within the renal sinus. So, less sensitive than CT or ultrasound. So, ito yung pointed arrow na siya. Ito siya. For the bladder, CT urogram demonstrates many bladder lesions. So, small lesions, less than 5 millimeters, and lesions at the bladder base near the prostate and urethra are easily missed. So, pag ganyan daw kaliit, mahirap na siya makita. So, direct cystoscopy is usually required for complete evaluation. So, direct cystoscopy. So, for cystoscopic guided biopsy, it provides definitive diagnosis. So, CT and MR are used to stage bladder carcinoma. For traditional cystogram, done by instilling contrast through the bladder, then provides a more detailed exam. So, fluoroscopic exam is done during bladder filling to detect reflux, so yung bumabalik na ihe. Kasi ang fluoroscopy, real-time siya. Radiographs obtained during voiding demonstrate post-void films document the residual urine. So for bladder CT cystogram, it is performed similar to the traditional cystogram. So mag-i-instill ng 250 cc sa 250 cc na contrast sa bladder through the catheter. So ito yung catheter, mag-i-instill para makapasok sa bladder. So yung CT scan is sensitive to small amounts of contrast that may leak into the perivesical tissue. For ultrasound, you routinely perform using the urine-filled bladder. So intraluminal masses, calculi bladder wall thickness, and bladder emptying can be reliably assessed. So for congenital anomalies of the urinary bladder, there's the urachal remnant disease. So tandaan nyo dyan, 50% is patent. Then for the cyst naman, it is 30%. So for the remnant disease, it may be discovered in asymptomatic adult patients on CT and ultrasound examination incidentally. So Veracruz is the vestigial remnant of the urogenital sinus and allantois. So tubular structure that extends from the bladder dome to the umbilicus along the anterior abdominal wall and medial umbilical ligament is its obliterated residual. So for the Patauricus, about 50%, it is a persistent communication between the bladder and the umbilicus. So ito siya, okay? So magkakaroon ng connection sa bladder at umbilicus, sorry. So sa sinus naman, blind and dilatation of the uricus is present at the umbilical end that may cause a persistent umbilical discharge. So imaging shows a tubular structure in the abdomen. Abdominal. So, ang keyword nyo lang dyan for diverticulum, the bladder in the anterior mid a fluid-filled sac extending to bladder in the middle abdomen wall. In infection. So, for me, in this for cancer. Hematocystitis is a form of inflammation with gas within the bladder. So, bladder wall. So, associated with uncontrolled diabetes, bladder outlet obstruction, and E. coli infection. So, pagka emphysema-to-cystitis sa plain radiograph, merong air. So, paano natin malalaman kung nasan yung air? Kapag makakita tayo ng parang batik-batik o linya-linya around the wall, ibig sabihin may air surrounding dun sa urinary bladder. For bladder wall, mas simple ureterosis. Transitional cell carcinoma. Simple urethrosil, this was vaginal prolapse into the bladder lumen, resulting in cystic dilatation of the distal ureter. So, nagkaroon ng prolapse sa distal ureter. In return, nagkakaroon ng cystic dilatation ng distal obstruction, infection, and stone formation. Per contrast study, it is a round filling defect in the bladder wall at the ureteral insertion, described as cobra head or spring onion appearance. For ultrasound bladder, so ito may outline dito. So, nagkakaroon na ng protrusion. So, radiograph from an excretory urogram demonstrates mild dilatation of the right ureter associated with a simple ureterosil that protrudes into the bladder itself. So, pumasok siya. Okay? Yun na yung pinaka-simplest explanation na dapat kasi hindi naman siya ganito ka-dilated, especially sa distal ureter. Pagkapasok niya, nagkakaroon pa siya ng outlining within the bladder. So, tandaan niyo, may wall siya. Ectopic naman, associated with duplication, ureteral duplication. So, ectopic ureter may insert anywhere such as vestibule, uterus, or vagina in females, causing incontinence. So, in males naman, ectopic ureter usually inserts proximal to external sphincter, causing no incontinence. Appears as a cystic mass at the ectopic site of the ureter. For bladder wall mass, so obstructed duplication, ectopic ureterocele, radiograph from an excretory urogram shows a normal ureter. Ay, masyadong maliit siya na manipis, pointed by the arrow. From the normal pole of the kidney and a dilated ureter from the ectopic ureterocele. So, sa arrow, from the obstructed upper pole of the kidney. So, the ectopic ureter inserts medial and caudal to the normal insertion of the upper pole ureter. Okay? Medial and caudal. For transitional is common. Okay? Tandaan niyo yung mga most common, yung mga hallmark, like multiplicity and recurrence. Yan. Tapos yung CT&MR, siya yung ginagamit na modality for staging ng bladder CA. For ultrasound, exophytic tumors as polypoid mass extending from the bladder wall. So infiltrating tumors may be seen as focal thickening of the bladder wall. For CT naman, it is soft tissue nodule or papillary mass projecting into the bladder lumen or focal thickening of the bladder wall. So tumor enhances after contrast injection. So for MRI, intermediate signal to muscle and higher signal than urine on T1. So lower signal than bright urine and higher signal than normal bladder muscle on T2. For transitional cell carcinoma, again, radiograph from an excretory urogram, it reveals a lobulated mass. So kailangan dito windowing para mas ma-appreciate natin. Pero by now, yung mga nakatulong araw, ito yung mass. Causing a large feeling defect. So feeling defect, alam niyo na kapag walang feeling defect, puti siya. Pag may feeling defect, meron siyang spaces or areas of lucency. Causing a large feeling defect sa base ng bladder. Okay? So right and the left. So itong buong urinary bladder nagkaroon ng feeling defect. Yun yung transitional cell carcinoma. So ito siya. For CT scan naman, flat mucosal lesion, yung arrow, arising from the right lateral wall of the bladder. So ito yung bladder, ito yung arrow, right lateral. Contrast enhancement of the lesion is slightly greater than that of the bladder wall. So, revealing the extent of the tumor. So this is a T1 lesion. So, the bladder wall is thickened between arrowheads and irregular because of muscle hypertrophy. So ito yung wall niya mismo, okay? So may thickening, tapos ito yung bladder, ito yung carcinoma mismo. So maglalagay tayo ng contrast dyan para malaman natin up to what extent siya nagpo-form. So bladder trauma, susceptibility of the bladder to traumatic injury depends largely on the degree of bladder filling at the time of injury. So distended bladder is more prone to injury than a collapsed bladder. So ibig sabihin, distended, mas malaki na bladder daw, mas mabilis siya magkaroon ng injury in comparison sa collapsed o walang laman. So bladder rupture, extraperitoneal is around 80%, and for intraperitoneal, it's around 20%. So puncture of bladder by a bone liver. So contrast extravasates into the extraperitoneal compartment, most commonly in the retropubic space of rictus and may extend into the anterior abdominal wall, thigh, and scrotum. So conventional or CT cystography requires distension. So kailangan siyang punuin for at least 250 ml to exclude bladder rupture. Kasi kung may rupture siya, tutulo siya, hindi natin makikita or hindi natin matrace yung wall ng urinary bladder. For cystogram, patient with a pelvic fracture reveals contrast extravasation. So pag extravasation, ibig sabihin kumakalat siya outside. So the arrowheads. So indication lang yan kapag hindi natin na-trace properly, meron tayong extravasation or rupture. So yung case na to, yung pasyente may fracture siya sa pelvis. So ang nangyari, possible is natusok, na-chip yung urinary bladder. So ito po, ito ba yung mga extravasation na nakikita natin? So ito daw arrowhead na to, itong nakikita nyo na to. Ito yung insertion of Foley catheter. Siya yung insert. For intraperitoneal bladder rupture naman, it results from blunt trauma. Contrast material flows into the paracolic gutters and outlines the loops of the bowel. So, pwede niyong message si Dr. Jan Lazaro. Hindi ko alam if meron kayong group sa Telegram regarding kung pwede niyong hingin yung PowerPoint o yung lecture itself.
May nakapost na rin po sa Moodle, Doc.
Okay, sige. Thank you. So for CT cystogram, there's extravasation of contrast from the bladder into the intraperitoneal space. So for the contrast, yung arrowheads, enveloping loops of bowel confirms its intraperitoneal location. So this finding on a CT cystogram is diagnostic of intraperitoneal bladder rupture. So yung fracture natin yung arrow na to is ilium. Yung ilium natin is evident. So ano yung gusto lang sabihin dito? So, intraperitoneally in comparison to extraperitoneally, usually yung fracture natin na nakikita sa extraperitoneum, mas madali siyang mas identify. And meron kasi siyang history. Lalo na pag nakuha yung history, magkakaroon kayo ng narrowing ng diagnosis. So, yun lang naman yung lecture natin for CB last. So, galingan niyo sa exams niyo. Madali lang naman for sure yung read. Kasi, para makatulong sa grades niyo. Okay, so that's the end of our lecture. See you on your midterms. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Thank
po,
you
Doc.
po, Doc.
Thank you po, Doc.
Thank you, Doc.